Good morning. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you'll like this video and subscribe. As you can hear, I've been sick for the last week, so that's why I haven't posted any content. But as you can see here, I have decided to tackle my son's toys downstairs because it's just out of control. I decided to make those two toys outside toys, so I was putting those back by the garage. As you can see, Hank has decided to check out the sunspot and the shadows on the wall. I use those gray bins for blocks. I typically do his Duplos in there and the Magna tiles. Actually, we have Picasso tiles and one other brand, but and they're usually upstairs, but he's been really into blocks, so I brought them downstairs. I was deciding to see if we liked my son's tool bench right here. It's currently been kept over by the dog kennel and the light by the end of the stairs, but it was like the only toy over there, and so he only plays with it sometimes because it's not really with the rest of his toys. So we decided to move it here and see if we liked it in this area. I decided to clean it up and reorganize it, but noticed it was covered in dog fur. Hence, it was next to the dog kennel, so that makes sense. Hank is helping. He's probably chasing dog fur, truth be told. But I was going to get some cleaner. There's June. I was going to get some cleaner so I could clean. June is the one with the collar, and she's the darker colored cat. She is wholeheartedly my cat. Hank is the family cat. He particularly loves my husband and son, but he spends most of his time with me, either sleeping with me or in my office with me during the day. But he generally likes to be with my son and my husband any other time. But I'm just wiping everything down. We've all had really bad allergies this year, and my son keeps getting pink eye from school. So I figured it doesn't hurt to wipe down everything. And you'll actually see in a little bit, I get the Lysol and I start Lysoling everything because I just want to make sure that I kill all the gunk because we don't need any more gunk in our house. So I'm just wiping everything out, trying to get all the dog fur out and get all the toys put away. I was putting his little hand tools in there. That's his excavator helmet, and the excavator's outside, so that needs to go outside. That little kit right there is actually a table saw from Mac Tools. But it's like a little kid table saw. It's really cute. But I was putting all those pieces back in there so that they weren't all over the place. I'm just sorting everything right now, trying to get it in its right place. But how have you guys been doing? How was your weekend? We, like I said, have been trying to recover from being sick again. I actually went and got allergy tested yesterday, and it turns out I'm allergic to a bunch of native trees. I was making a face because of the amount of dog fur. I am allergic to a lot of trees, and we have 2 oak trees in the front, and I tested pretty high to oak, although they're not pollinating right now. I'm sorry about that. Although they're not pollinating right now, other trees are, and I'm allergic to those too. So that's fun. But I'm just putting everything back in here for him to play with. Do you guys have any plans for this weekend? There's me Lysoling everything because, you know, kids, germs, Lysol. I'm just moving all the cleaners to put them away. So this area has been bugging the crap out of me. I don't like all the stuff layered like that on top. It just drives me nuts. It looks disorganized and cluttered, and I don't like that. It makes me feel stressed and anxious. So we bought him a bunch of spot books that were recommended to us to help work with language, and so we bought a bunch of them used. and they just kind of got piled up there and never made it into the little book area. And it's just, the top has kind of become like a catch-all for random toys or like toys that don't get put away. So I'm pulling everything off right now so I can clean that. You see Hank pop in and out a lot. He's definitely fascinated with what I'm doing today. But I'm just sorting through the toys as I'm taking them off the top. Things that we can donate, things that need to get thrown away, that kind of thing. We just have, this child has so much stuff. And this is only the play area downstairs. He still has toys in his room, and he has a playroom upstairs where my husband also works. So he's got plenty of stuff. I just bought him that little cash register right there off of Amazon. He is obsessed. His school has one, and he always wants to play with it when we're leaving. And so I found that one on Amazon for like $20, and it has a scanner that beeps, and it has a real working calculator, and it has a little conveyor belt that you move it manually, and a cash register drawer with some fake money, and it came with a little basket of produce because I didn't want it to come with a bunch of like extra toys that I have to store. I really just wanted a cash register that made noise and was fun. But he loves it. So we pretend store all the time. I was opening the curtains and trying to turn on lights to give you guys more light because I noticed it was a little dark. But no, he loves that cash register. So we play cash register every night. And I laughed last night. I was buying a sheet of stickers from him, and he decided he wanted one of the stickers. So he took one before he pretend sold it to me. So I laughed that I bought a incomplete sheet of stickers for 25 cents. But he's real generous with his cash back. I buy something with a fake credit card because it has a credit card machine that does the dial-up modem. And he'll give me like $35 in cash back because he's just handing me stuff. He doesn't care, but it's cute. But yeah. So here I'm just taking everything off again. I got the cleaner so I could spray everything down. My son loves cats, hence the cat bookends, but he is obsessed with cats. We have dogs as well, but cats are his favorite. He has a lot of stuffed cats. If he's given the option of picking something, it's gonna likely always be a cat. So I'm showing my husband these boxed book sets. Let me just tell you, I highly recommend these for little babies and younger toddlers that are learning how to talk or do first words. They are fantastic. We bought some that were in English and Spanish. We bought some that had you could pet the animal. They would have different textures inside. And my son loved them. But he's at the age where we don't do those books with him as often anymore. So I decided to donate them to the local Humane Society. He never really liked that Grover book. He read it a couple times, but was never really into it. So I'm just going through his books because I love to read personally. And I love having lots of books. But I have passed that on to my son. And I buy him so many books. But he loves to read, so that makes me happy that he likes to read. So I try and encourage that as much as possible. But I'm just going through his books, trying to pull out some that maybe are too young for him and that kind of thing. So we can make a donation, because I just cleaned out our kitchen cabinets as well. And I'm going to donate a bunch of like pots and pans and things to the Humane Society so they could sell them in their thrift store and raise money for the animals. So I was going through, then I decided to put the books tallest to shortest because, my toddler cares about that. So I didn't color coordinate it. I did think about it, but my OCD really insisted I do it tallest to shortest. I'm sure I could go back through, but then I feel like if I color coordinated it, then it wouldn't be tallest to shortest, and that might bug me. So I went for what works best for me, and that's what I did. But I feel like we got rid of a lot of the books up there, and so these are more age appropriate for him, and he can easily see what he has and grab the books that he wants to read. or I can see the books that I want to grab so I can read to him because we read a lot. So I'm just trying to get everything organized. I had to pull some of it back from the wall because some of the books are obviously longer than others, and I kind of wanted everything to be flush across the front. So I was doing that as well when I was organizing everything. So last weekend, because we have all been very sick, and my son actually had an allergic reaction to an antibiotic. So between the ER visit and 3 doctor's appointments and some steroids later, we decided to go do a fun activity this past weekend. So we took him to a train museum and took him on his first train ride. So he really enjoyed that. So I'm glad we got to do that. Sorry if I'm out of breath. I just came upstairs and with being sick, I can't breathe. So I got a steroid shot at the allergist yesterday. So I'm hoping that kicks in very soon. It is helping already, but I just want to feel better and be able to breathe again. That little dinosaur is so fun. Those little knobs are all screws that you screw on. Like you can take off his legs, his arms, his tail, and stuff. It's a lot of fun, but my son doesn't quite get it. But it had another one that was like a tractor with a farmer and a chicken, but he just doesn't play with it like he does with the others. So he does play with the dinosaur, so I kept the dinosaur, but I got rid of the little tractor one to donate that. My husband was throwing bell peppers at me for the cash register because we were trying to put all the pieces. I'm really big about trying to keep pieces together. I don't know why. It's not like at the end of the day it really matters, I'm sure. But for me, it does. And so I really try hard to keep all the pieces to his things together. Sometimes it just doesn't happen, but I really do try my best. And this one, it's kind of like a catch-all, these buckets. So I don't like to use them too much. But like that was broken, so I was going to throw that one away. But I was just going through it and make sure there was nothing in there that I could donate or get rid of. Those little tracks are fun. We put them on the couch and kind of stretch them out onto the floor, and then he can do his race cars down his little track. But so those 2 balls, I was telling my husband, hey, can we put these outside? Because I really don't want balls like that being thrown around the house, because that could be, a hazard with a 2-year-old. But I'm just pulling off all of his cars. So my kid loves cars, loves them. And between me and my family and his grandparents, on my husband's side, we have just inundated this child with cars. And so, like, that toy, like, where did we get this toy from? It was a Happy Meal toy, I guess, from one of the Happy Meals that we got. But I'm trying to go through and, like, look and see, maybe can we downsize some of these cars, because literally there's so many. Like, I have a bunch upstairs. I have some in his room. I have, they literally take 2 shelves and they're overflowing those shelves. So I really wanted to try and donate some of these cars. So that's the little tractor one I was telling you about. So I was trying to find pieces and cars that go to pieces and have my husband help me go through the cars to decide what we wanted to keep and get rid of for him. If my son had his way, he would definitely keep all of it. But we needed to downsize. So some of these toys he's gotten from doctor's appointments and that sort of thing, dentist appointments, and he's just been collecting things. So I'm just trying to go through and purge all of this stuff because, again, it's just so much stuff. So that doctor's kit, he loves that Cocomelon doctor's kit, but I actually bought him a Melissa and Doug doctor's kit that he's going to be getting for Christmas. And so I decided to just go ahead and purge this one because it's not one he plays with all the time, but he does play with it. But like I said, I already got him another kit that had more fun stuff in it, and so I thought, let's just go ahead and donate it now and get rid of it, so that way we could give him the new stuff. We were talking about that one. That's actually a toy that's normally in Hunter's room, but somehow came down with him at some point because, kids take things with them wherever they go. But I'm just going through, matching up toys together. My sister and her husband drive a semi, so he's gotten a lot of semi toys recently. So we're trying to put the truck and trailer together. So it's all there. But we're just sitting here discussing which toys to keep, which ones to get rid of. My husband kept getting distracted by his show on TV, so I was getting frustrated with him for not paying attention to me. Because I wanted to just get this done. Because I was hoping it would be quick, but it turned out to be like a 45-minute process or so. I did it on 2 times speed, but I feel like it's more like 1.5 times speed when I do the actual editing of it. But here we are just kind of going through. I'm taking all the small plastic toys out, like the cars that we can donate, keeping all the metal, like Hot Wheels cars. Are they Hot Wheels? I don't know. The little metal cars. I think they're Hot Wheels or Power Wheels. But you know what I mean. Those ones. So I'm just going through those. I'm reattaching trucks and trailers here to put on his shelf so everything's put together. Those little plastic ones I decided to donate to. He loves excavators and bulldozers and stuff, but he just has so many of them. And I decided those were toys I got him when he was real little, so I thought I would just go ahead and donate those as well, and just keep the other toys. Here I'm just lining everything up. I was showing my husband some of the cars because I don't think he and I have noticed some of them, but some of them are pretty cool. So I was showing him some of the cars that I thought were cool. But we keep some of these smaller ones because they do work better on that Hot Wheels track. And they go fast, which he likes. So we kept some of those. And they're all metal, which is nice because then they're heavier, so they go faster. The little plastic ones don't do that as well. That little shark thing is actually a candy sucker, but he hasn't realized it's a candy sucker. He just thinks it's a shark. So we just kind of embrace that and let him think it's just a shark. That, like, you can hit the button and it, like, bites. So we haven't told him it's candy. That's already the second one we've had, because the first one, after so long, finally opened up to show that it was a sucker. So we threw it away before he caught on, and then got him a new one when we went back to that store. But he likes it. It's fun. Those are a little binocular set I got from Melissa and Doug on Amazon. It's like a little explorer set. I was trying to find the walkie-talkie because there's 2, and I only had one right there. So I was asking my husband if the other one was on the bar. So he went to go get that for me so we could put it all together. That's a little like treasure hunt card set. So it's got indoor and outdoor on the front and back that you can go on a treasure hunt. And there's actually little bags that I couldn't figure out where they were, and I did end up finding them as I was cleaning, that you put the cards in the front of the bag. There's little windows, and then you can go hunt for those things and put them in your bag when you find them. I don't know that necessarily you have to do that. I think if we just found them, it's fine. I don't want to carry more stuff home. But those are puzzles. I usually keep the puzzles kind of on the side if I keep them down. That's a little shape sorter, and I was telling my husband I think that we should donate it. That way it can go to someone else that needs it. That's Hunter's new cat that sings and rolls in circles. I was wiping him down because he looked a little dirty. He was a hand-me-down. Just putting everything back in the shelf, figuring out where I want everything to go. That's Buzz Lightyear. His helmet's on top of the bar. It doesn't stay on, which is annoying. So I constantly have to put it back on because my kid can't not mess with it, and it falls off, like I said. So I wanted to get that put up there. I'm just taking the ball and the helmet to the garage door so we can take it outside. So that's the Magnetos in that box right there, I think. Or is it the Duplos? I don't know. You'll see in a second because I decided to container the Duplos in something else. So those are little stepping stones. My son loves them, but I realized I stuck them in the back and he can't see them, so he doesn't play with them. And so I wanted him to be able to play with them, so I pulled them out. I decided to put the Duplos in the actual Duplo box. So here I am breaking them apart because I like to make my son work for it. So I'm breaking them apart so he can access them that way, and I'm Lysoling as I go. I like to break them apart because otherwise I feel like he cheats, because then he'll just keep rebuilding on the same stuff he's already built or that we've built. So I break them apart every night when I put them away. Like I said, I am Lysoling since this is a favorite toy. And I just got over pink eye, and again, we've been sick from allergies, so I'm just trying to clean up as I go. After I did all of this and I stopped filming, I found a bag that we had taken to the ER that had more Duplos in it and had some of the Magnetiles in it, and I just was like, I didn't see that. I'm not even dealing with that right now, because the Duplos actually didn't fully fit in the bucket because I have so many now that the lid does not snap. So I was like, it is what it is. I just don't care right now. I really like those bags, but they're a wire frame. And between my son and the cat, they have bent them to heck because they keep sitting in them or laying on them. I was trying to see if the Magnetiles or Picasso tiles would fit next to the Duplos. They won't in that bag. Normally, like I said, those were upstairs, but I did bring them down because he's been super into blocks right now. And so I brought him downstairs. So I put him with the window out so he can see what they are, so he knows to grab them to play with them. So this is it. We're done. I put the stepping stones right there by the chair. Everything is put away, cleaned, and organized. It obviously does not look like this already, because my son and my husband have already rearranged some things, but it looks better than it did, and I will take it. And I was just showing you the puzzles over there. But I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. I hope you like and subscribe. Bye.